Yes, Appa, please start, Appa.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಇವತ್ತಿನ ವಿಷಯ ಕೃಷಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ತಂತ್ರಜ್ಞಾನದ ಬಳಕೆ. ಈ ವಿಷಯದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತನಾಡಲು ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆ ಕೃಷಿ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನ ಕೇಂದ್ರ ಗಂಗಾವತಿ ಕೊಪ್ಪಳದಿಂದ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಎಂ ಫರ್ಜಾನಾ ಕೊರಬೋ ಇವರು ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇವರಿಗೆ ಕಿಸಾನ್ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಹೃತ್ಪೂರ್ವಕ ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನು ಕೋರುತ್ತೇನೆ. ಹಾಗೂ ಈ ವೆಬಿನಾರ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಲ್ಗೊಂಡಿರುವ ಎಲ್ಲ ರೈತ ಬಾಂಧವರಿಗೂ ಹೃತ್ಪೂರ್ವಕ ಸ್ವಾಗತ. ಫರ್ಜಾನಾ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್. Hello, Farzana ma'am.
Yes, she is starting. Just wait.
Hello.
Appa, just a moment.
Hello, good morning everyone. I would like to present the webinar on nanotechnology in agriculture today. So, as we know that the current world population is 7.8 billions. So, to meet the rapid population growth, the food constraints are the major problem. So, the agriculture production growth was a result of the first green revolution, which has been initiated in 1970s through the introduction of dark wheat varieties and also heavy use of fertilizers. The main aim of the revolution was to increase the crop production to meet the high population demand. So, in meantime, the second feasibility of second revolution in agriculture would be the nanotechnology. As through the expectation in 2015, the world population may be 9.8 billion years, 9.8 billion. So to meet the food demand of the huge population, it will be a problem, especially in the less developed countries. So nanotechnology, it is a revolution in the agriculture to meet the heavy population demand for the food. So this has been first initiated in 1975 through the revolutionary scientist Dr. Feynman Richard. He is known as the father of the nanotechnology. Later in 1975, the word nanotechnology has been coined by Nerio. So we should remember the scientist who has given this technology to our agriculture. So nanotechnology is nothing but we are using the nanoparticles. Usage of these nanoparticles in agriculture in the size of 0 to 0.1 to 100 nm size. It is nothing but an art of manipulating the matter at this level and using these nanoparticles in the development of the agriculture using other metal ions like silver, gold, magnetite, silica. So in different field, different particles will be used and different nanoparticles will be manufactured, and these are used in the agriculture development. So what are the main challenges in agriculture means? The first one is to increase the food production, which is the main target. Next, the renewable of the agriculture wastes. And next, the usage of the chemicals which are not harmful to the environment, and to meet the food demand of the increasing population. So keeping these points in view, the nanotechnology has been worked in recent allied sciences to increase these all points. So many allied sciences are related to nanotechnology, such as crop improvement, precision farming, seed technology, veterinary science, aquaculture, then food processing and packaging. Listen. Okay. Repeat. So it has been wider application in different fields. So these fields has been revolutionized through the introduction of these nanoparticles. So how these nanoparticles have been doing? So coming to the main points. Jyoti, photo. So coming to the applications. So this has been widely used in allied sciences, as it says in different departments it has been used. So how this is playing a role means we are going to use the nanoparticles such as carbon nanotubes, then nanosensors, nano biosensors, carbon nanotubes, then other nanoparticles have been utilized through other metals incorporating and using in the crop improvement. So coming to the main applications in agriculture, how this has been applied to this. So main application is that the nanotechnology has been used as a delivery system in laying the agrochemicals. Means we are using the specific applications here by the use of nanopesticides, nanoinsecticides, and other ions which we are going to use through. Coming to the crop improvement. Crop improvement is a major because whenever we develop a new crop varieties, it may be a hybrid or it may be a variety. It boosts the crop production. So it is nothing but we are going to use the gene of an indigenous variety which is superior. Not a single variety is superior in all the traits. We are going to use the traits, the variety which is superior in that trait, and we are incorporating this foreign DNA from this indigenous variety to the existing variety to improve the crop production. So it is nothing but the gene therapy. So we are going to incorporate a foreign DNA from one variety to the another variety through biotechnological tools. So we are going to use the nanotechnological tools. It may be a particle bombardment. Through that technology, many other technologies can be incorporated through this gene transfer. The main aim is that crop improvement. Crop improvement is nothing but we are going to introduce a new crop, a new variety, which is higher in yield, and also it should be resistance to the insects and pests, because this cause a lot of damage to the crop. So through nanotechnology, we are also using nanopesticides and nanoinsecticides. These nanoinsecticides and pesticides, they attack the pathogen. So it does not pollute the environment as hazardous as the chemicals which the other companies have been manufactured. So here also we are using the nano fertilizers. It is nothing but we are going to re-amend the soil. So soil re-amendment is done through soil set. Here we are going to use the soil nano fertilizers. These may be taken as a sprays, means as a nano sprays, or they can be directly applied to the soil application, because soil plays a major role in the crop production. So next comes the other important is seed technology. The important department which is concerned is next is seed. So in major some of the crops, the germination of the seeds will be a problem. Means it will be late, or it will be early. So to make the moderate seed germination and to increase the seed germination, we also use the nanoparticles, so that the moisture content penetrates deep into the skin and the germination takes place at an early growth. Next important point is that precision farming. So this is the latest technology which every agronomist is using, that precision farming. Here smart field system is used to monitor the soil conditions. Though our India has not been so much forward in this technology, a lot of research has been done in foreign countries. Here they all has been revolutionized through nanotechnology, through nano biosensors, and through other means. So coming to the next points which we are using is that some of the metals which are remained in the soil is also a major problem. So these removal of heavy metals is also a problem. So through nanotechnology and through 3 nanoparticles, we can also extract and discard this heavy metals from the soil. So it is also an important technology in soil re-amendment. So it comes under the soil science. So nano fertilizers, nano soil remediations. So these are the important point, and nano and soil health condition. So we know that nowadays the even soil sample collection is done through the GPS system. It is also nothing but a revolutionized through nano system. So next comes the main important is the water treatments. Some of the water which has been contaminated can be purified through these nano crystals. So many nanocrystals, some of the important nanocrystals which we are using is the magnetite iron oxides. So here comes in the main is next comes the nano fertilizers and nano pesticides, which these are a huge companies have been manufacturing. The famous companies like Syngenta, BASF, and these companies are using the nanoparticles and making the nano fertilizers. Here the emulsions may be used, or it can be encapsulated. So nano biosensors. So these are in usage. See, it has nothing but it is a sensing element which only contracts with the target. It does not interact with the other others. So some of the probes and microbial biomolecular interactions will take place. So through these nanobiosensors, we can sense the present problem. It may be a disease or it may be a pest attack. So it is connected through many micro devices, and nanosensors are the transmitters here. Through internet, we are monitoring the plant crop improvement, crop conditions in the field. So it is one of the revolutionized through nanotechnology. So next comes the nano pesticides. Some of the pesticides and which we are using are also from these nanoparticles. So none of the insecticide, the BT cotton, we have interacted this gene from the Bacillus thuringiensis through the nanoparticles. That particle, that gene has been incorporated into this, and BT cotton has been produced, and it has this BT cotton has resistant to many bollworm problems. So some of the through nano tools, this has been revolutionized, and some of the most of the pests has been controlled, and also it is not hazardous to the environment as other. So present the most popular insecticides which is used among the farmer is karate. So it is nothing but a nanotechnology revolution through these nanoparticles. The karate, this nano pest insecticide has been manufactured. It only targets the that interactive area, and it affects that only, not only the other parts. So the reaction will be low. So what is the main usage is that here the nanoparticles which we are using, they are slow release and they are moisture release. They also controls the pH and other environments. So it has, these nanoparticles has unique physical, chemical and biological properties. Through the studies, these have been selected. Most of the silver particles are widely used because they are antifungal and antiseptic resistance, and the gold particles are mostly used because they resist the temperature change, and they are antiseptic, and they are antibiotic, and they are antifungal. Most of the nearly 112 antibiotic properties, these have been incorporated through the nano gold particles. So these are the most, these are nano silver and nano gold particles are widely used in the nanotechnology for the manufacture of nano insecticides and nano pesticides. So the major constants in agriculture is the soil health problem, the pests, the insects. These are the major problem. Other comes the seed, whether it is the late germination problem or not. Through this nanotechnology, the nanoparticles have revolutionized this field in this allied sciences. Next comes the animal science, veterinary. So here many fodder crops have been the efficiency, nutrition efficiency in the fodder has been increased through the usage of these nano emulsions, the liposomes and nanomyscles and complexes. These have been utilized to improve the efficiency of the nutrition in fodder. Next comes the other important allied sciences, fish and aquaculture. So it is fish culture is also one of the important allied science which have been now revolutionized in the farmers community. So most of the farmers in our not only in Karnataka or India, most of the farmers, they are revolutionized this fish culture because it has a lot of profit, and also from health point of view, the fish is also good for health. So some of the nanochuck 40 nm lanthanum based compound absorbs phosphates from the water, and it prevents the algal growth, which affects the fish growth. So some of the fish, they have been fed with if they have been fed with nanoparticles, there will be increase in the growth rate to 30% in fish. So to improve the fish growth rate and also to avoid the contamination of water in fisheries, these nanoparticles have played a major role in the recent years. Next comes the agriculture implements. So we should not neglect these agriculture engineering implements, because these implements, they resist as the change in the temperature. So to avoid the resistance in these agriculture implements, so nanoparticles have been coated to avoid the corrosion of this. So a wide range of usage have been taken in this through nanoparticles in different allied sciences of agriculture. And next comes the food processing, post-harvest technology and food packing. So nowadays, the food packing have been lined with the nanoparticles to avoid the spoilage. And also the post-harvest technology is used because sometimes harvesting the crops, so there will be a market demand will be low. So we have to follow some of the post-harvest technologies also to preserve or the produce. So many of the nanoparticles have been utilized to preserve these food products for a prolonged period and to avoid the contamination. So some of the food in food processing and also in food packaging and post-harvest technologies also, the nanoparticles has placed a lot of role. So it has a lot of role from sowing, that is from seed to soil to insect to pest to harvesting to food packaging. So it has revolutionized the agriculture in the recent years. So it is the feasibility in getting the second revolution in agriculture will be a nanotechnology. So highlighting some of the revolutionized practices which have been used in agriculture, I would like to conclude these applications in agriculture. Okay, thank you.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು ಮ್ಯಾಮ್. ಈಗ ರೈತರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳಿದ್ದರೂ ಕೇಳಬಹುದು. ಓಕೆ.
So in coming years, it will be an economic force to increase the crop production. So we are using this technology to revolutionize the agriculture. So if any questions related to this, so you can ask.
ಓಕೆ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್. ಇಷ್ಟೊತ್ತು ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಹಿತಿ ನೀಡಿದ ಫರ್ಜಾನಾ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. ಮತ್ತೆ ಈ ವೆಬಿನಾರ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಲ್ಗೊಂಡ ಎಲ್ಲ ರೈತ ಬಾಂಧವರಿಗೂ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. ಅವ್ರ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ಸ್ನ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಶೇರ್ತೀವಿ. ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಬೇಕಾದರೆ ನೀವು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು.